Hello everybody, my name is K-Sawk, and today we are getting back into Danganronpa. Last time we went through the school trying to gather evidence for who killed Sayaka, and now is the verdict. The class is against me. They are against the player character, and we are here to prove them wrong. Currently, my hunch and all of the evidence that I've collected has led me to believe that Leon is the one to be who is guilty, but we have to see if anybody else gathered some pertinent information as well. So let us continue.
Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
All right. I don't think there's any use in talking to anybody right now. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well, then.
Let us begin.
Yes.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned trembling with anticipation toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already in the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds towards the school basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes.
Oh.
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. Ooh, this place is extravagant. You finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? Not really. I don't think a real courtroom just has a central circle. It's like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close. It's total shit.
Well now.
Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up. We did what we had. We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. Of course, the camera is set up so we can look down our cleavage. This is... it was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their attention and ease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. Ooh. And so the curtain on our first case opened. I wonder who's looking the most nervous out of everyone here, Mr. Leon. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Class trial. I said crash trial. Set skills. Increases influence gauge by 2. Effective during class trial. Costs 2 SP. I know I have a couple of these. Melodious voice. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during bullet time battle. So I can equip both of them. Okay, and I've set both of them. Open e-handbook. Okay. So we have a grand total of 18 things on this case. That's pretty good, I would feel like. I mean, I don't know what other levels of this game look like. I mean, we could have like 50 on the final trial. Who knows? I mean, that's that I can do for preparation. Trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Oh, okay.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Huh. Okay, hold on. This is actually a cool thought. this school is said to pump out the most prolific of people. The person who graduates is the person who is the most able to hide their faults and gain what they want. That is the top class way of being successful in this world, is being ruthless enough to do whatever you need to do to succeed, but still being able to hide the shit that you needed to do in order to do so. This is a really cool setup.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
I don't
be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
I'm just taking a quick drink of coffee here.
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
Friendship.
Oh, nope. I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Penetrates?
You feel me? Shut the fuck up. Nobody likes you!
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Is there going to be a mystery player coming in later?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
There's going to be a mystery person coming in near the end.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to
That's for the mastermind. That final seat is for the mastermind. At the very end, they're gonna figure out who the mastermind is, and that seat's gonna be dedicated to them.
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the real killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to aim, then fire with the triangle button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the options buttons during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Make your argument. Evidence of a struggle?
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yes.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Huh? Something's off about what was just said. Because if Sayaka hadn't resisted at all, there's no explanation for what happened to my room. For this first debate, we'd like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Within a group of statements, some words appear in a different color. Did you happen to notice? That represents a potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak spot. These weak spots reveal important, though not always inaccurate, section of a person's statement. Your truth bullets are only effective against these weak spots. So when you see one come up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's actually wrong. Also, you can fast forward an argument by holding down the circle button. Well then, good luck and have fun.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Huh? Something's off about what was just said. Because if Sayaka hadn't resisted at all, there's no explanation for what happened to my room.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Hold on, what?
Yeah, we know that.
And the murder took...
In the bathroom. So it seemed the killer must have taken... She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Hold on.
I assert that
What?
the one who was murdered was...
Yeah, and the murder took...
In the bathroom, so it seemed the killer must have taken her by surprise. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Wait, what am I doing wrong?
Was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Hold on. How do I change
We know
the...
that part already.
Fuck.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom.
Why? Hold on.
So it seems most likely that the killer
Select a truth bullet.
must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
Why can't I select a truth
She
bullet?
didn't even have a chance. Chance to resist.
I keep shooting this at her, but I don't know why it's not... Why
I
does it keep
assert that
repeating?
the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took...
In the bathroom, so it seems the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
What is wrong? I don't understand.
I assert that the one who was murdered...
Yeah, and the murder took...
In the bathroom, so it seemed the killer must have taken her by surprise. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
There we... Okay, that's what I was doing wrong. Counter. Ooh, break. Okay.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
Yeah, okay.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide.
I like her accent. Ooh, her tie's pretty too. I like the butterfly design.
The killer followed her in, and that's
But that's
where
not
they
important
finished
right
the
now.
job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Well, then why didn't you interject, buddy?
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Because it is a real trial, Hifumi. What was used to kill Sayaka? Make your argument. Kitchen knife set.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach without a doubt.
Okay.
That is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
Nope, not a random knife.
No, that's wrong.
Ooh, Wi-Fi connection lost.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Yep, that is
Oh,
the case.
yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sorta see the weapon sticking out
Sorta.
of her stomach.
Sorta. Sorta.
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
Jumping to conclusions again.
Right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Yeah, no, that doesn't mean
Let's
anything.
draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I think it will, Leon.
I don't think that's
Deflection?
true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Sure. You can concentrate by holding the R1 button. So I've been doing that the whole time. Where concentrating time will slow down and you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it will steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest, no need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright, point 3. always account.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from...
No.
He did it in secret.
Nobody was...
Boom.
No, that's wrong.
Break. Cool.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all
I mean,
you
it's
want.
the truth, though.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Yeah. I mean, we already said that you were going to be the witness.
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I wanted to go get some tea. The kitchen last night, all the knives were still there, but when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I mean, that's not a really good defense.
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
I mean, that could be a possibility.
Swimmer girl?
Yeah, that's a rough way to say it, but it could be a possibility.
Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
That is a good question, actually.
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
No, that's not the case.
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Yeah.
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
Okay, cool. Thanks, Monokuma.
Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife, so I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
Immediately incriminates
No
yourself.
way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
Oh.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right. But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no.
Oh, what is this gonna be?
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
Oh.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
That's actually really good.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
No, that doesn't.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
That is true.
So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending
They're
night together.
they're both girls though.
It's
They're
unwholesome.
both girls though.
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining
Leon,
hall while we were there.
Leon,
Why didn't you
Leon,
say so
it's
in the first
motherfucking
place?
Leon.
Well, because
Oh.
they're not here anymore.
Okay, so it wasn't Leon. Oh, Leon was in cahoots with her.
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later...
No, wait, but he said there's
she
no
wound up
accomplices
dead.
in this case. So why did Sayaka get a knife?
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
Okay, that does throw a wrench in things.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
I mean, that would be the case.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
That does turn things back to me.
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Fumi, you're a fucking bitch. Shut up. Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early
Kyoko
to decide
knows.
conclusively that
Kyoko
Makoto
knows
is
definitely
the killer,
who it is.
Wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been
We're talking about the clean floors.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? What the fuck is a Hangman's Gambit? That sounds fun. As things advance further in a class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the left stick to aim, then press the triangle button to shoot the desired letters. Narrator, if you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0, you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Something that should have been at the scene of the crime, but wasn't. That's a crucial point. If we can just figure out what that something is. Hair, dirt, Hangman's Gambit. Hair.
Now I understand. That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some
So we're gonna move this to
evidence?
the trash room now.
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not
Yeah.
just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the
Great,
culprit?
thanks.
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke. Doorknob. One key item.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
You weren't there.
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
But you would know how to open it if you're the owner.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Let's look into it just in case. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Using a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun. Make your argument. So, bathroom door frame.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
That is true.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
That is also true.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Okay.
Then the killer ran after her, and they got into the bathroom.
Yes.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
Oh, nope.
No, that's wrong.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I caught that.
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
Because it wouldn't open, and Sayaka was in there.
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys'
Oh,
bathrooms.
Sayaka swapped over the nameplates.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know the door was actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet,
yeah,
he's absolutely right.
The nameplates were switched.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying all along. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
No.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority
Not
rules.
yet.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Okay.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
That is a good question. I don't have an answer to
How did
that.
the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then... maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Someone should kill Hifumi next. Please, someone get rid of him.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the right answer there. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because... Gosh. Switching rooms? This one.
I got it!
I think.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Yeah. Same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
That is true.
Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
Talk to you about just us two in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay, Sayaka?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Huh.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means, only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
Nope.
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note. Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Sure.
Very well then. Pay attention.
Oh boy, okay. Dorm nameplates.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms,
Yes,
correct?
that is correct.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
No, that's
Yeah.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got
I'm
switched,
getting like super
just like
invested
the rooms
in this.
themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew they had switched rooms.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room,
why?
but not telling them you'd switched rooms.
Yeah,
Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
Well, yeah, but who is the culprit?
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes?
Leon's looking real sweaty.
Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her
Gold,
wrist?
dingus. That's what you are in this situation. You're nothing but a dingus. Look at your wrist, there's no doubt.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her
That's
wrist!
what we said, buddy. You're doing a good job, but you're a couple minutes late.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this
Not
mystery.
yet. What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Let's learn a bit more. Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. But just like with these weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll damage your influence gauge. You can press the L1 button. Okay. Press and release the L1 button to cycle through each bullet, or you can hold down the L1 button when you use the left stick to select a specific bullet. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Why? Well then, good luck and have fun. So this is why we have multiple run-throughs. Okay, replica sword sheath, kitchen knife set, replica sword.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt.
Okay.
A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
Okay.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay. The person with the sword really did attack first. There's no explanation for how a certain part of the sword got damaged. Okay. So, that's the sword hilt.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so the first one is the replica sword sheath.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Is that the correct one?
No, that's wrong.
Break. Okay.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I'm starting to remember this.
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
Okay.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath.
Yeah.
If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out.
Okay.
The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was
That's
happening.
a few extra steps. I think Sayaka was originally going to kill someone.
So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all.
Yeah.
There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you want to use a sword, which part of your body would you have to touch it? Palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up.
Can we have a palm check real quick,
clean.
everybody?
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm
Shut
ugly?
up. No.
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because her wrist was already broken. Oh, the water turns off.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Excuse me.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly
Oh
donkey.
my god. Can we stop this?
I'm not sure whether to take that
Can we
as an
stop
insult
this?
or
I'm
a
uncomfortable.
compliment.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Oh shit, the one who damaged the sheath would have had to have been the one without the sword. God, fuck. I forget. The killer? Both the sword and the knife intact. Fuck.
Shoot!
In front of everybody. Fuck! No! Shit.
Shoot!
I thought I pressed down. There we go.
I got it!
She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Yup.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of
That's
her
why
own.
she invited somebody. What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you.
Ah,
That is a
this
possibility,
hurts.
Is it not?
Sayaka wanted to...
That
on
really
me?
hurts.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched
They
rooms.
wouldn't believe him.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Huh.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
This is all
Wait,
true.
then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be
Makoto,
true!
you're sitting in denial right now.
Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, Right now, you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we
I
can't
really
uncover
wanna
who
see this
murdered
through.
Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Make your argument. Dying message. Oh, that's it.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Dying message.
No, that's wrong. There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did
dying.
you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it. Left index finger.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it.
Yeah.
That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037.
This is so painful to watch.
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just...
Yeah.
Look at the
Why?
numbers.
Why are
assuming
these
they're
guys
not
so fucking
numbers.
dense? They're not numbers.
Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa. You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
That's rude, but okay.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Damn it, Snow. Come on. Kyoko.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
There we go. Huh? Rotate it? Maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. Turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Where are ya? Okay, I thought they both said Kuata, and I'm like, wait, are these siblings? No, it's Leon.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around...
I'm guessing that after this, we're gonna have to, like, put more incriminating evidence on Leon.
It becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
There's nothing coincidence about it.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
Yeah. I just pantomimed it in the air, but yeah, that works out.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
That evidence Leon tried to get rid of. It's that thing I found on the ground in front of the incinerator, right? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Burnt shirt piece.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of
Yeah,
fabric enough
it's definitely
to
not
conclude
enough.
that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who is responsible. How it was disposed of.
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash.
No.
Right?
Jumping ahead.
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. Alright, another round of non-stop debate. Shattered crystal ball.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it,
That is
right?
true.
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
No, that's wrong.
You can throw stuff.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was throw it.
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone through a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key. So the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do
A baseball player.
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because ultimate baseball star.
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right
No,
now?
A
I
target
don't.
30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong!
I'd like to see him try and scratch his way out of this one.
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered. And the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Sure. Every case has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic, there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the X button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. I don't quite understand, but let's do this. So the next part would be this. Scene of the crime instantly began when the killer entered. There. Actually, no. This would be the one going there. There. Okay. Knocked out of Sayaka's hand. I mean, that's literally that panel, though, so maybe it's not it. There, that would go there. Okay. So, screwdriver. What would come next? I think this is where she would write the name. Yeah. Okay, Act 3. Lint roller. Knot up the shirt and toss it in. Okay.
Here's exactly what happened. I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Okay.
But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom.
I like how it's all animated
The
out. This is
killer
really
went after
nice
her,
aesthetically.
but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence.
Yeah, okay.
First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim.
Oh, shit. Skipped it.
Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch.
Oh,
For
boy.
any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life.
All right.
Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
Look at the little detective here.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
I mean...
Do I object?
Of course you would object.
Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence?
We gave all the evidence.
Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence?
I have the evidence? Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? That sounds cool. Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you'll engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer this to a bullet time battle, aka BTB BTW. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Oh, it's a rhythm game? Match your button presses with the tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. Press the X button to lock down on an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you've locked onto with the triangle button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consecutively and you'll restart a combo. Keep this going, you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. When enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the triangle button to shoot down it with a truth bullet like any other statement. Refute their statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, your influence gauge reaches 0, you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh boy, I'm not too good at rhythm games, so I'm kind of
anything from your room to do it.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
They used something of their own to remove the screws. Could it have been?
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid.
Oh boy. I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Moment of truth.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof?
Hold on.
You kidding me? Not a chance. Stupid. You lie. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lie. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. Stupid. You lie. Shut up.
Final strike.
Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
There we go. I was not.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Yeah.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
He's just resorting to personal insults now.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid.
Yeah, there's nothing else that you can do. Oh god, this is horrifying. What the fuck? Okay.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
That's legitimately scary. Total A. Cool. Oh wow, 76 medals. And I got a trophy. Yay.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
If someone doesn't choose Leon right now, I'm gonna be super pissed. There we go. Uh-oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened, in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kuwata.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. Leon? Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? I don't believe it.
You
Son of a bitch, what the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
I mean, he did reactionary act in self-defense, but then he went and killed her. It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was a complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all.
Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, and that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now that we're trapped here with no way out, they're probably waiting for me. I can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka, I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand, I really do, yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love, the stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us, this is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that, all of it, everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
Yeah. As angry as I was, Kyoko launched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make your enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it! Oh, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, sure, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the Blackened, Leon Kuwata, will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution?
Yeah?
Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she'd shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. And you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had unclouded intent to commit murder?
So,
That's
why...
not... Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh.
Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka, do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the ones to blame is him.
Huh?
Soit. If it weren't for you, this would never have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind. Uh-oh, did you awaken your sense of justice?
Hey,
well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well, anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment.
I'm begging you, please, don't do this.
Hey,
no more begging.
Come on now.
No more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon Kuwata, the ultimate baseball star.
No, 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 no!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Oh boy, what are we gonna do?
No!
Bonk! Game over. Leon has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Ooh. Whoa. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, that's a baseball post for Japanese baseball games. Holy shit. Oh no, is that thing gonna fire baseballs? Oh no. The 1,000 blows? Holy fuck. God, there can't be too much of them left anymore. Holy shit. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control.
I can't take it.
Yeah. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well?
If you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that. Oh boy. This is really rough.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you! Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well...
So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
Seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying is quite fit together. Piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free from the outside world, being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you all learn the mysteries of this school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's some deeper meaning in there. Just like before.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. I'm scared. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. Everybody's crying. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment...
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started, you had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was... uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. That's sad! It's really sad. Okay, Chapter 1 to survive. The end. Bad, down to 12 students. To be continued. I think that is where I will leave this episode for today. Got an item. You received a Despair Bat present. Okay. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did. I'll be continuing my Danganronpa series, so please subscribe to see who dies next. I will be also uploading another video tomorrow. That is currently my challenge, so making sure I'm keeping up with that for the rest of 2021. But I hope everybody watching this video has a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year, and of course, an amazingly great life. And I will see you all tomorrow. This is K-Sawk signing out. Bye, everybody!